So it's January 2025 and the world is in shambles just like your favorite astrologer said it would be. Let's get into it. So for the past 2 days, as many of us have seen and witnessed, we have been experiencing here in the US several tragic acts of violence. And the astrology is clear as to why this is happening. We are currently under a Mars-Pluto opposition. Mars is the planet of war. It is the planet of violence. It is the planet of aggression. When you think about Mars, you can literally think about literal Ares, the god of war. Mars is how we fight. Mars represents anger. It represents frustration, and it is currently retrograde in the sign of Leo. Now, retrograde literally means from our viewpoint on Earth, it appears that Mars is moving backwards. But what that means physically for Mars is that it feels frustrated. So we have a planet of frustration and anger feeling more frustrated than usual because it literally cannot progress forward. So Mars is in opposition with Pluto. What is an opposition? An opposition, literally when you look at a chart, at a natal chart, you will see one planet on one side of the chart and the other planet on the other side of the chart opposing one another. It is one of the more difficult transits that a planet can be in. It's not the most difficult because square is the most difficult. But when you think about an opposition, you think about opposing, like you're opposing another energy that doesn't quite match up with your own. So Mars is in opposition with Pluto that is now in Aquarius. Pluto is the planet of power. It is the planet of transformation. Literally, Pluto is represented by Hades. Pluto is death. Pluto is death and rebirth. You think about the snake. It also represents destruction. Pluto tends to destroy anything that it touches. It tends to go in and make shifts. It doesn't always have to be negative because things have to be torn down in order to be reborn. But in this case, whenever you have Mars, the planet of aggression and anger and frustration and violence, directly opposing a planet of power and destruction, we can expect to see what we are currently seeing. And we are experiencing this on a large level, on a macro level, because the United States itself is going through its own Pluto return. So not only are we individually experiencing a Pluto return, but the literal United States is going through a Pluto return. And something significant about this transit is that the Mars-Pluto opposition, you can see it sort of, I don't know if I can point, but you see it sort of opposing each other. So this chart is for January 3rd. The Mars-Pluto opposition goes direct, goes exact on January 3rd, the day that Congress in the United States reopens for Republicans to choose a Speaker of the House. And what's more interesting about this is that not only will the Mars-Pluto opposition be exact, but the last time that Mars and Pluto was this close to being exactly opposite to each other was on November 5th of 2024, the day of the 2024 elections. Not only that, this transit will be crossing over the same exact degree of the elections. So whenever and then also Mars is retrograde. I made a video before about retrogrades. Retrogrades means revisiting. So not only is Mars in retrograde, this transit, this Mars-Pluto opposition is going to be in the same position and in the same degree as the 2024 elections, which means we are revisiting the themes of the 2024 election. Meaning, what we saw in the 2024 election day, November 5th, baby, the story was not over. That's all I'm going to say. So, on the 3rd, this Mars-Pluto opposition will be exact. Expect to see more intense acts of violence. And I don't say that to fearmonger. I say that to, prepare yourselves, right? Prepare yourselves mentally. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself. And on a personal level, we are also experiencing this too. If you are feeling more aggressive and short-tempered than usual this week, it is because of this transit. And so some things that you can do to sort of use this energy for your benefit. This is a great time to go work out. This is a great time to be active, to be physical. This is a great time that if you can calm your mind, to go into meditation. This is a great time to practice patience, right? Because remember, Mars is retrograde. We revisit when it's retrograde, right? So flying off the handle will not be of benefit to you. You may say something or do something that you will regret when Mars goes direct and once this opposition is done after this week. Hopefully everyone stays safe and we will see what happens tomorrow on the next season of America. Bye.